Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about a deal that we recently closed. Here are the numbers. Purchased it for $2 million, $875,000 worth of pre-debt service cash flow, a deal that is cash flowing our buyer from day one. So what we're going to do in today's video, we're going to go over the analysis that we did, the business itself, the numbers, how we structured the deal, the lessons that we learned, the challenges, and how we were able to close it. By the way, this deal has real estate. We'll talk about that as well. Now, if you're serious about acquiring a business, this breakdown will give you the real situation. No pie in the sky, what to expect so you can do it the right way. Let's get to it. Hey everyone, I'm Leo Landaverde, business broker and commercial lender, helping you buy and scale a profitable business. If you're a small business owner looking to increase your wealth, or a W-2 employee sick and tired of the rat race and wanting to get out by buying a profitable business, you are in the right place. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the bell, and you'll be notified every Thursday when new videos come out. Okay, as promised, let's get into it. So this is a deal that closed recently on a niche industry. This was an off-market deal found by one of our students. If you want to know more, well, just get to know us and we'll tell you how we get off-market deal source and deal flow. They wanted $3.5 million on $4.3 million worth of revenue. Allegedly, cash flow or SDE was 963. They wanted a 3.63 times multiple. It's a very niche industry. I can't tell you exactly what that industry is, but that's part of the secret sauce in our group. They wanted 20% down on $700,000. They were willing to seller carry, and they did not have an idea how to get their loan qualified, but they were figuring there was about a 60% loan to value in the deal, 2.1, and they were selling us a 3.86 deal. The reason was 3.5 million is because the seller thought, hey, I have $1.5 million worth of real estate. I want to include it in the deal. So this came as a package deal. So there was the business and then the real estate, but he had it priced as one. So we had to unpack the whole thing. So we had to do it, separate the business from the real estate to understand exactly what the cash flow and the service coverage ratio were going to be. And really the cash flow comes from the business itself. So I didn't want to skew the numbers by just doing the cash flow and the real estate combined. So what you see here is inside of group, this too is basically what comes out of the deal, particularly this section right here is what we're told by the broker or the seller. Then we actually do math on our industry average and multiples. These are things we have access to software. I teach how to do all this. And what you're seeing here is sort of a multiple. This is the final version of how the deal actually shaped up. Sometimes we go to 3 or 4 versions of as we're structuring the deal, how it's going to look like, and we offer more and we come up with a value range because we're doing evaluation. This is the final version. So how it ended up being is we ended up paying $2.29 million on an average 3-year SDE of 873. How do we know it's 873? Because it's come from other formulas that we have inside of our analysis. We spread the tax returns across multiple years. We want tax returns more than anything because it allows us to actually get the deal pre-qualified by one of our lenders. As it ties here, you notice that we do very much like pre-underwriting like the banks do. We look at the deal and we actually tie it to the source documents. We do, modest add backs. And what we really look for is cash flow over debt service at that ideal range of our offer. So we noticed that it was cash flowing at 1.41, 2.44, 2.88, and 3.11. Now, just so you know, as a reference, a deal anything over 1.25 debt service coverage ratio is good for a bank. Some banks want 1.5 or better. I want 2 times better. So this was a 2.4, 2.88 on. This is a COVID year. 2020 doesn't really count, but you got 548, 949, 1.1 mil, and 403 on the first 4 months of 2024. This deal closed in November, I think. So as we're looking at, we understand how the debt service coverage ratio behaves, and we have formulas, we have ways to tie up the EBITDA, and then we do the add backs, and everything is just like the banks do it. Our work product is basically tied the way an actual bank would do it. So we pre-underwrite the deal we call it, we pre-flight the deal before we pre-flight the deal. So we're actually looking at this deal and said, we want to buy this if we were the bank. If the answer is yes, then we want to shop around with banks before we actually make an offer. So this part is the use of proceeds. So we actually want to figure out how we're going to get this deal. So ended up being a 17-year amortization on 204 months at prime plus 2. Ended up being $32,000 a month, which it's actually $388,000. So before you freak out about the annual debt service, just so you know that the seller discretionary earnings was $873 minus the debt service of $388, gives you $484,000 of post debt service cash flow. So that is cash on cash return of 161% and 43% cap rate on the real estate.
Hey, are you sick and tired of waiting around to buy a business? Are you stuck, don't know what to do? How long should you be looking on biz by sell? When is it time to actually talk to the brokers, get pre-qual, get your personal financial statement? When do you ask for the tax returns? How do you analyze the deal? What is good pre-debt service cash flow? What is the purchase price range you should be looking at? Where do you get the information about the comps, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? If you need help, we want to help you with a free complimentary call. All you have to do is reach out. We are here to help the community buy a business. That is our ultimate goal, that people who have never bought a business buy a business, and you can be next. So drop us a comment below or connect me via email. My email address is up here or down below, and let's set up a time to chat with a member of my team.
So buyer ended up putting 15%. We originally wanted 10%, and just ended up being that we needed to put 15%. It just made everybody more comfortable. Seller did not want to do any seller financing. And so how we actually put the real estate piece into the deal is we actually we segregated the real estate separate from the business purchase, plus the soft costs associated with the loan, the guarantee fees, the packaging fees, everything gets really tabulated just like the bank would, because we primarily get all of our deals financed by SBA lenders. That's what we do. We want to do it by the book. This is a no money, that usually 10, 15% down. Just think about it. This is somebody who was an employee, who had been employed for 20 plus years, got an opportunity to buy a business, go from employee to CEO, purchase it for 2. We ended up buying it for 2.29. Now, this business was appraised at 2.5 million by the bank. So by us making an offer at 2.29, we got a $500,000 instant equity on the deal and the valuation. The real estate ended up being valued at 1.5 and 2.5. It's a $4 million valuation. We bought it for 3.5, which really makes sense. So you notice that our multiple of SDE was actually another thing. So sellers, just like homeowners, they think their house is worth a lot more than it really is. They say, wait a minute, I am making all this money. I have cash flow 963. The reality is that the cash flow was a little less. There were some things that they were added to the calculations that didn't really make sense to us. So we disallowed them. So did the bank, and the seller was fine with it because we had intelligence, we had comps, we had reports, we had industry analysis. And some of the things that we do is we stress test the deal. We want to know what is the least amount of money that this business needs to produce in order for us to satisfy the debt and for us to break even. So we do with stress, without stress, we calculate, we tabulate, we're conservative, we tie everything, and we look at, this is the beauty when you do deal analysis right. You are looking at the businesses, what is the trending on the revenue? Is the revenue going up or down? Is the revenue going down? Is the rate going up? Why? Is the cost of goods going down? Is it going up? Why? Is the gross profit going up or down? Why? Do we like the trending year over year of the gross margin? The G&A expense, the officer comp, the personnel expense, the lease and rent depreciation and interest. Does it all make sense? Do the year over year trending make sense? More important than the numbers are the percentages. There are other things we calculate sometimes, the eligible passive company, global debt service coverage ratio calculations. Those are all tools that are actually utilized inside of our group. If you want to know more, let us know. We would love to help you. But this is real deal analysis on a deal that actually got approved. It didn't take more than one bank looked at this deal, says we love to do this deal. And by the way, we get to pick up real estate at 1.5. Hard asset, it was a sweetheart deal, as you can tell. $875,000 rounded on pre-debt service cash flow, $484, 2 partners into the deal. So CapEx, $50,000 a year. strong balance sheet. They're going to take this business from revenue of 4.4 to, they could definitely take it to 10 million and beyond. This is definitely a cash flow producing asset that's going to last for generations. Hopefully this video helps you guys.
For the limited time, we're giving away 2 great tools. One is our Deal Analyzer 2.0. This great tool is a workbook in Excel, but it gives you about 50 data points, 50 formulas. All you have to do is follow the prompts, and you'll be able to analyze within the ballpark what is estimated calculation value, business valuation for the business you're trying to acquire. There's got a lot of tools, it's got a lot of help, and it's free for you to keep. Now, the second one is my the business buyer's checklist. Now, it's a checklist, it's a punch list that you can use. It's a 6-page document that we use inside of our paid group. We're giving it away, and it's just a roadmap to help you figure out exactly how to take a deal from beginning to end. And it's my gift to you. So click on the links below to download it.